this is going to be a little summary of how to write an equation in slope-intercept form from points and given different things. So you're writing equations in slope-intercept form. Okay? And you're writing it, which is y equals mx plus b. All right, so this is a quick review of the problems that we've done so far. We've done 3 different types of problems. Problem 1 is when I came out and said, oh, hey, here's 2 points. Could you please write me an equation in slope-intercept form from these 2 points? So I'm going to kind of zoom in on the easy right now. And what made this problem the easiest type of problem? Yeah, they came right out. I mean, they didn't come right out and say b equals 8, did they? Okay, but you knew that in an ordered pair, when you have 0 as your x-coordinate, that your y-coordinate is your y-intercept, right? So what makes this easy? B is given. They give it to you. You don't have to solve for it. You don't have to find it. They're like, here it is, okay? And that kind of gets you far because when you do slope and y-intercept, those are the only 2 things you need. So you know the y-intercept. All you need now to finish your equation is, what is your slope? And I taught you how to find slope from 2 points, right? So that's what makes this one so easy. Because I gave you B, and you already knew how to find M from previous lessons. So let's go ahead and do our formula. So let's say 5 minus 8 over 3 minus 0, or whatever little way you choose. Remember, there's a couple different ways. 5 minus 8 is negative 3, or 5 plus negative 8. This is 3, which means my slope is negative 1. And now that I know that my slope is negative 1, the only thing I really need to put in front in this box is now what? Yeah, a negative sign. You could put a negative 1 if you want, okay? So are you good with that? B is given. You need to find the slope. So B is given, but you have to calculate M. So go ahead and put that. And so your final finished product is y equals negative x, positive 8. Done. Okay, that's what makes that easy. So then yesterday I showed you a medium problem, okay? And a medium problem was a little bit different, okay? It came right out and said, hey, write the equation of a line in slope-intercept form with a slope of 5. Oh, they came right out and said, here you go. The slope is 5. Oh, and by the way, I need it to go through the point 3, negative 2 on the graph. So I know what you're thinking. If I had a piece of graph paper, I would plot point 3, negative 2, and I'd go up 5 over 1, and I'd have my line. Great. But you don't have graph paper, so you use algebra instead. So what makes this medium? Instead of B being given, M is given. They're telling you, here it is. So at least you know the M, but now you have to find the B, which is the total flip-flop of the easy one, right? So to do that, I at least was able to start out with this. But now I'm looking for that. Do you see the difference? And then that was this new thing that I taught you. So you have an X, you have a Y, you have a B, and you put your little plus B there, and then you use the only point that they gave you. You plug the X in for the X, the Y in for the Y. I want to show you something. When you do that, make sure that they kind of cross each other. Do you know what I mean? Don't put the 3 first and then the negative 2. So the 3 goes in the X, the 2 goes in the Y. So they will crisscross. And then once you do that, you have negative 2 is equal to 5 times 3 plus B. You're going to have negative 2 equal to 15. And you can see very easily that solving for your y-intercept gives you a B value of negative 17. And then there's the put it all together. Kind of like when you cook, if you ever cook or bake something, you get all the ingredients out. You get the flour and the salt and the vanilla and all this other stuff. You mix it all together, and then your finished product is your muffins or whatever. So this is your ultimate finished product right there. That's what I'm looking for. Easy and medium. Not too bad, right? Okay, let's move on to hard. And is hard really even hard? No, I guess I just had to put a word, and that word kind of flowed. What makes it so hard? You get nothing. They don't tell you M. They don't tell you B. You have to find them both. So what makes it a little trickier? You get a big fat nothing. The only thing you get is 2 points. That's all you get. But because you are resourceful and you already know what to do, you know how to find slope, and now, according to the medium problem, you know how to find B. You just got to do them both. So you're looking for M, you're looking for B, so it's not really hard, it's just more. Agreed? So where would I start with this problem? I would do the formula. So I would say 0 minus 8 divided by negative 6, be careful, plus 2, because I'm subtracting a negative 2, gives me negative 8 over negative 4, which means my slope is 2. I am halfway there. And now guess what? Now that I know the slope, didn't this hard problem just kind of turn into a medium one? So now I put in my equation what I know, and I solve for what I don't know. You with me? Except now here, they only gave you 1 point. Here you get to pick. If there's 1 point that stands out to you more than the other because it doesn't have a negative or it's smaller, pick it. I don't know, working with zero is pretty easy. I'm going to choose the second point. So I'm going to choose the second point, but I want you guys to solve it using the first point, and let's see if we get the same answer. Deal? So I'm going to solve it with point 2. You're going to solve it by incorporating point 1, and we both should get the same answer. Thumbs up? You guys get 12? Okay, so that goes to show you that you could do either one, and you'll be all right, as long as you don't make a calculation error. So let's put it all together. What's my finished product? Once I pull it out of the oven and it's beautifully baked, it is y equals 2x plus 12. Okay, that is a recap. We've learned these things. I just feel like putting them all together and seeing them like this, does this help you kind of figure out which one's which? Sometimes I'm going to give you the y-intercept, and you got to find the slope. Sometimes I'm going to give you the slope, and you got to find the y-intercept. And sometimes I'm not going to give you anything. Are you good with that? Okay. So you're going to use a second sheet